for the downbeat here. I'm hoping that as our fame grows, that's why to keep it regular every 2 weeks, at this time, that people will know, hey, I can get my glass of wine or a soda or whatever and drop in, you know?
True.
I'm watching my clock. That's what the deal is.
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome to Author on Mic. You could think of us as your tapas bar of words for the next 30 minutes. I am your MC, Annie Parnell. Here we celebrate storytellers, the ones who chronicle the past and envision the future. Lift us up and make us laugh. Oh, thank God. Here we celebrate the storytellers. We have 4 authors for you today. Tanya Cole, Amanda Chun, I promised myself I was going to learn how to say this right. Chun Blodgett, Linda McLaughlin, and Terry Tomoff. Our first author is Tanya. She will be leaving us a little bit early after her reading. She has pressing family business. Tanya is a business owner, a wife, a mom, a daughter, a granddaughter, and now she's an award-winning author. Her book, The Questioning, Finding Truth Between Worlds, which you can find on Amazon. Now, live from Port Townsend, Washington, please welcome author on mic, Tanya Cole.
Thank you, Annie. This is my book, The Questioning, and tonight I'm going to read chapter 1, Will, January 1922. He sleeps in the Rhea house, a cabin built by the first homesteaders the century before. The mattress is thin atop a sturdy wooden bed frame. Heavy wooden planks milled from the surrounding trees are beneath him, and below is the land. A brother sleeps beside him, his breath steady and rhythmic. The younger brother is going blind, glaucoma, diagnosed a few years before. The man is 30, just 2 years older than his brother. But they are grown men with days full of soil and sweat. They've known this land, the mountains, and its animals for much of their life. This is home. The moon is low in the western sky. The birds are silent. Dawn will touch this tiny cabin soon. The room is cold. January in Montana cold. The fire withered to a few coals during the night, but the man is warm beneath the quilts in the nearness of his brother. Eyes still closed, he feels her near, his mother. It's as if she stepped out from his dream, the exact memory of it slipping away like water. The room is dim when his eyes open, but letters appear on the dark cabin wall. Graceful, swooping words emerge on a luminous page. His mother's handwriting, his mother's presence. If the younger brother suddenly awakened, his blue water eyes suddenly restored with sight, he would not see this vision. These 4 words, from sorrow to happiness, are a message only for Will. A lifetime compresses to moments, the blanket of her embrace, the soft midnight lullabies. The little ones were always sick in the early days. He knew about her tearful escapes behind the barn, her refuge when life was too much. She'd lean against the old wall, shoulders hunched, head low and bobbing, never letting on if she knew he was around the corner, listening, his heart breaking. He'd rather remember her as she stood in the kitchen. It seemed she was always there. Glancing up, her dark eyes crinkled in smile. Wisps of black hair turned white in later years, falling loose from her bun. Her whole welcome without words. The phrase "from sorrow to happiness" echoes in his mind. He can't shake where the visible and invisible meet, and he is gifted these words. Words that stay with him for the rest of his life, until he is an old man and passes them on to his son. words that will always be a comfort, a certainty that his mother is happy, finally at peace. He knows she has passed, but the urge to be with her is overwhelming. There will be years to feel the grief, but for now, the words give him an urgency. They give him a destination. He drives the Model T hard over the next 2 days, covering 650 miles from Nye, Montana to Homedale, Idaho, his brother by his side. Blurs of gold and granite rush by the near-blind passenger who fills in the landscape's details only with memory. The siblings gather at their parents' home, surrounding their mother, sending her spirit off with the strength of their togetherness and the love of their memories.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful. Our next author is Amanda Chun Blodgett, author of Little Bun, a bilingual storybook about feelings. Amanda is the Netflix Word Party language consultant, a language instructor, a world language teacher trainer, the founder of Miss Panda Chinese, a podcast, and a mother to 2 multilingual children. You can connect and meet Little Bun on Amazon. Please consider writing a review for Little Bun after reading it. Amanda thanks you for your kind support. Now, live from Washington, D.C., welcome, Amanda.
Hi, well, it's so wonderful to be here. And today I'm reading a children's book. It's a bilingual children's book, even though I'm just going to read it in English. And the book is Little Bun. Okay, now you see the Little Bun right here. Well, actually, bun is comfort food for many people, and they come in different forms. And this book actually is co-authored with my daughter, so it's super special. And then I would like to read a few pages and to share the joy and the feelings and emotions with all of you. Little Bun. So now you look at it and you can know we're going to see how does Little Bun feel right now, because she is here with me and she is very happy. So here we go. When Little Bun is happy, he laughs and sings loudly. Wow. So how do you say happy in Mandarin? 开心,开心. That literally means open heart. When you have an open heart, you're very happy. And what's next? Not very happy right now. When Little Bun is not happy, he pouts and doesn't talk. So how do you say not happy in Mandarin? 不开心,不开心. Well, let's see what's next. When Little Bun is excited, he opens his mouth wide and speaks loudly. Well, that sounds kind of right. Look at that. Wow, very excited. When we are excited, that's how we feel. And how about next one? I don't know. What do you think? When the Little Bun is brave. Look at that. Little Bun is really brave. When Little Bun is brave, he takes a deep breath and says, I can do it. Wow. So Little Bun is very brave. And brave in Mandarin is 勇敢. But sometimes we maybe have other feelings. What's next? Curious. We should all be curious. When Little Bun is curious, he squints his eyes and loudly asks, why? That sounds very good. That's a good question, isn't it? Well, sometimes we have big feelings. For example, dun, 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 angry. Oh, when Little Bun is getting angry, he shakes his head and loudly says, no, no, no. Oh no, Little Bun is very angry. Oh no, but it's okay. Sometimes we do have very big feelings. And how about now? After the whole day, Little Bun is a little bit tired. When Little Bun is tired, he rubs his eyes and quietly says, I am tired and I want to sleep. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow, very tired. How do you say tired in Mandarin? Lei, lei. After all that, how about you? When you are happy, what do you do? What do you say? Can you tell me? Thank you for reading with me, Little Bun.
Thank you, Amanda. You're hard to follow. Our next author is Linda McLaughlin. Linda is an actor and writer. Linda writes about courage, creativity, grief, transformation, and most of all, hope. She is serializing her memoir, as well as sharing other writing on Substack. Please welcome Linda.
Thank you. I'm going to share with you a section near the beginning of my memoir that is part of the lead up to my decision to blow up my life in 2018. The first death. On April 1st, 2017, my dad died. I'm out for dinner with my life partner, Jeff, Jeff's ex-wife, Kelly, and her new partner, Neil. They're treating us to dinner. Jeff labors over ordering a full-bodied red that I will gulp quickly. We've already bored the waiter with the precise details of how we want our steaks and sides prepared. My phone rings. My hand comes down on it like a cockroach scuttling across the table. Normally, I would send the call to voicemail, but it's my sister, Anne. It's unusual for her to call on a Saturday evening. I flick the screen to answer, excuse myself, and step into the lobby area of the restaurant, jamming my finger in one ear. Hey, Anne, sorry, I'm just out for dinner. Linda? Yes? Dad died of a heart attack. People describe the feeling of being punched in the gut. For me, it was like being smashed in the face with a baseball bat. As a kid, I was recruited as the back catcher for a neighborhood ball game. No one showed me how. I stood too close to the batter and got smashed in the face with the backswing. Sudden, disorienting pain. My sister is sharing the details. At Tim Hortons to meet friends, he'd chased the dog who had escaped from the car. He entered the Timmy's. He clutched his chest, fell to the ground, and turned blue. Friends and workers at the Timmy's tried to help. Ambulance came. He was probably dead before he hit the ground. Nothing to do. He was gone. We'd missed decades of each other's lives. He always had a please forgive me look on his face. I resisted contact, leaving it to perfunctory calls on holidays and birthdays. He never missed a birthday or Christmas, sending overly sentimental cards I'm sure he wept over choosing. He tried. He always tried to reach out and have some relationship. I think about the last time he and I spoke. When was that anyway? I can't remember. What did we say to each other? Am I impatient with him? Am I trying to get off the phone? Do I have time for him? Am I wrapped up in that resistance again? Those 30 plus years of carrying that stone of pain got heavier in that moment. The opportunity to take a different path, to make another choice, to find closure. Let that shit go. It's gone. Linda? Yeah. Call me later. We can talk about arrangements and what to do next. I returned to the table. My puffy, tear-ravaged face gave away the conversation. My dad just dropped dead of heart attack. People around me talked and took action. Orders are canceled, condolences shared. There are waves of ugly crying and sideways glances from other diners. Neil and Kelly sent us home. That suddenness, like the bat swinging back. Had I known better, I would have done things differently. Wouldn't I? Didn't I see it coming? People warned me. It's an important relationship, Linda. You should try. I found it easier not to try, like a wound that grows over. Best let the scab be. Unhealed, it devastated me. Beyond grief, it flays me with regret. I am hit repeatedly by reminders of the shortness of life, the finality of death, and the need to release the pain. Less than 2 years later, Neil, our dinner companion that day, also died of a heart attack just shy of his 49th birthday. These deaths brush close, reminding me to embrace life, or I may follow a similar path. Significant events can shock you into reevaluating how you're living. Midlife, retirement, a sudden illness, or death can raise some of these questions. How have you lived thus far? What happens when your career ends? How do you define yourself beyond work? What mark do you want to leave, if any? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. Our last author for this show is Terry Tomoff. Cancer-fighting mom Terry has been fighting the war on childhood cancer for over 27 years, along with her 5 times surviving son Ryan, who is now 29, along with her husband Bill and their daughter Olivia, who is 31. She wrote her book, The Focused Fight, a childhood cancer journey from mayhem to miracles to help others traveling down a similar cancer road. Her book can be found on Amazon. Born through her love of quilting, Terry works to manufacture sunshine in her life and the lives of others. She never underestimates the power of a chocolate chip cookie. For her reading today, Terry explains why a good bedside manner from any health professional is key to good doctoring, especially with children. Live from Crofton, Maryland. Please welcome Terry.
Mom, you're on mute.
Thank you very much. I can start again. This is a book I'll be reading from, The Focus Fight. Chapter 15, Seeds of Advocacy. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. And that is from Thomas, nope, it was from, I'm going to say anonymous. Chats from the other side of the bed. Through Ryan's first protocol and well into the second one, I felt versed enough with childhood cancer and the treatments. Remember, I only had one patient. I was attuned to the hum of the hospital and the general flow of how the doctors and nurses operated day to day to take care of their youngest charges. It was an interesting web of dedicated individuals, not only fulfilling their career aspirations, but one that kindness reigned supreme with all their interactions, especially in pediatrics. Most medical professionals in pediatrics have to interact with their young patients as well as their parents, guardians, and caregivers. It's a huge undertaking, but with knowledge and know-how and some humor sprinkled in, a career in pediatrics is a worthwhile endeavor. I'm not going to lie, but there were times I became frustrated with care, mostly by medical students and interns, and they are learning. I know it is a teaching hospital, so I needed to back down, even though I was ready to hit the roof if I needed to tell Ryan's birth story for the millionth time. After coming down from my high horse, I acquiesced with the information they needed to carry on, and order was restored. One semi-eventful day while in the hospital, I may have had one of those hissy fits. But instead of getting mad and fuming about whatever happened, I suggested to Dr. Schad, Ryan's pediatric oncologist, if she wouldn't mind that I gather up some of the med students and interns to apprise them of the ways of the floor, their tiny patients they needed to take care of, and the gist of the parents they have to deal with the most. She was delighted by this offer and arranged for me to start giving chats from the other side of the bed almost immediately. She also mentioned it to the students doing the rotation in the PICU, or the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit. And by the time my first chat commenced in the physician's lounge, It was standing room only. As I went through a litany of what it's like being a parent of a sick child, most of the med students and interns were about 22 to 26 years old and not yet parents. And speaking on behalf of other parents in my boat, along with the parents who were short-term boarders, their children were in for a minor procedure, their eyes were wide as saucers. They never realized how they could improve their introduction to the children first, develop a heartfelt strategy for delivering news to the nervous parents, or how to ask questions with empathy. Heads nodded in the affirmative after I hit them again by explaining what it really means to be a parent of a sick child. The 24/7, 365-day job with no time off. The pit in the stomach that rarely goes away, even in slumber. And even if we could grab some sleep, we still wake up with a sick child in the hospital. I went on to say that the child takes cues from the parents first, then the doctors. We then, as parents, have to make some incredible decisions about our child's care, day in and day out, and need our rest too. A little laughter rang out when I mentioned that the child is not invisible. No, it's quite all right, even preferred, that they introduce themselves to the child first, then the parent, like, "Hi, I'm Dr. Susie, and I'll be part of the medical team that will be taking care of you today." Simple. Smile. The kid you are talking to will relish the attention. It's also, in my opinion, the right thing to do. We would have a short Q&A, and I would end with something to the effect that they all had a great education behind them and to use it. But it will benefit them to hone their personal skills and their bedside manner above all else. Unless they decided to work in a lab as a career, medicine is about the, quote, pediatric patient and their families. Learning from some of the best attending physicians in Washington, D.C. and environment could catapult their careers beyond their wildest dreams. It was all up to them. I can only hope now that my chats then were taken to heart and the students gleaned some perspective on handling the delicate little people and the messy situations involving the most vulnerable population of any hospital. And my advocacy continues today. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Well, thank you all authors. That's our program for tonight. All Author on Mic performances are uploaded to our Author on Mic public YouTube channel, author.on.mic. Many of the authors are members of Seth Godin's Purple Space community. Our show notes contain how you can contact the authors, as well as gain contact information for the Purple Space community. Thank you for listening now. Go live your best story.
Thank you, everyone.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.